Hey guys, Happy Splasher here. Good morning. So right now we're going to continue with our Dark Tower run. So let's hop right into it. Currently we are on day 1B of our run. We are currently on the 8th floor right now, and so we're about halfway there, and so we'll hop right in. Okay, we are facing a King of the North with a Drogon skin. That King of the North has some damage skills, has extra summons, and then also an attack boost to order heroes. We'll start with, let's see, we'll start with a hero with high health, and we'll protect our building over here on, actually, no, we don't need to protect this building. We'll start with this melee hero over here on D3 with the high health, and then we'll just start building the lanes. We have the Caesar's Head over here. This deals damage to our Warlord whenever one of the enemies dies, and then also gives Mental Shield. We do want to destroy this as soon as possible, so that way we don't get overwhelmed by the Mental Shield. So in this case, we'll go with this melee hero over here on A3 to deal some damage. This hero also has a little bit of flight. Okay, we have this Tesla Tower. This deals damage to one of our heroes when they come in play. And also some attack boosts. We'll go with, let's see, we're going to go with this melee hero next on C3. This Ogre can deal some random damage and then also get some block and give us an attack boost to heroes in the line once we destroy something. Okay, we have the Storm Rage over here. When he dies, he will deal damage to enemies in the line, which includes this Winged Knight. I do see that we do have a lot of melee heroes at this point. We don't want to get in the way of our own heroes because we will want the Storm Rage, the Soulwinder skill. So let's see here. Freezes random enemy in line. Heals. I think we'll just go with the Reborn hero over here on B2. We'll save our shuffles for later until we have legendary heroes to shuffle. Okay, we have the Mantis over here stealing some attack and then also some poison. We'll go with a range hero now, and we'll place it over here on A3 to deal some damage over the Caesar's Head. Okay, as you can see, the Mental Shield given. They did their damage skill, which cleared out our Death Whelping, but still has the Reborn. They did their Spearmen. And they also summoned the Drow here to deal damage to one of our wounded heroes. Not quite yet. No, this hero, whenever the enemy Warlord is attacked, it deals damage to the Warlord, so that's good. We'll go with our damage skill, and then we will follow it up with this Bravi here behind the Ogre on C3 because of the extra block skill. Okay, we got rid of the Storm Rage, so that is good. And there we go. So that was Bobo. Yeah, the extra random damage by the Ogre did allow us to get a lot of advantage towards the end of that battle. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going. Hey, a Morgoth and a Sentry. Cool. Okay, we will start with, let's see. We'll start with this melee hero over here on D3. This Scarlet Warrior will summon some archers behind themselves, and then we'll also be able to heal whenever a ranged enemy attacks. Okay, we have this Blade Master here, which some spikes will actually, it'll clear out both of our summons here, but we can take advantage of the, we'll go with this melee hero over here on B3. This Beholder will summon a damage pentagram once we destroy an enemy. Okay, this Turtle Teacher here will give spikes to the enemies whenever they attack. Also has a little bit of flight. So the flight hero will be able to destroy that. Thinking what's going to make the most amount of sense here. You know what, we will go with the Lady Medusa here on E1. The Medusa will be able to freeze the enemies in the line, and then also when she dies, she will summon 2 freeze runes. Okay, we have taken the damage skill from the Morgoth. Against these Masuras, which summon the extra copies, we're going to go with the damage skill. And then, well, I do like this free skill. That'll be pretty helpful. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll take advantage of the splash rune that we can get off of the Beholder. We'll see the damage skills go off. We'll see the damage pentagrams come in. Okay, we did see this Toothy Thuggy land on the freeze rune by the Lady Medusa. go with this range hero over here on E1. This Necromancer will summon a Rotter, which will allow us to block. Okay, we see the Soulbinders come out, so that is good. We have the Dark Witch here, dealing damage to all non-Chaos heroes. We'll go with our own Soulbinders, and then we actually have a decent amount of choices. Let's actually go with the Grace here on A2. Yeah. We'll deal some random damage, and then also clear out their Soulbinders. Whoa! Okay, at this point, we want to take advantage of the Soulbinders. We do have this Apollo here, which gives some mental shield, including themselves. It's fine. We'll summon a range hero over. Summon this range hero over here on the C3. And you see, we have the negative attack happening from the Apollo. Okay. We'll go with this melee hero next on B3 against the Cursed Shaman. We'll be able to heal whenever we attack, and then if we do heal, we'll be able to deal additional damage. Okay, we have the Sukumagami here with evasion, so that actually will stop the Grace. Then, ooh, I didn't see the skill here, so whenever an enemy dies, we'll do damage to the Warlord. Got it. Okay, that is fine. He will be destroyed by the Soulbinders. We'll go with this melee here with the high health on A3, just to protect. Oh, we should have went with another range hero. Oh boy, that could be problematic. Okay, yeah, we'll go with another range hero. We got this Justice Inquisitor giving miss to 2 of our Chaos heroes at the end, which we don't have. Go with a range hero over here on C2. Again, the evasion getting in the way, as you can see. We could have cleared it out on the last turn if we did another summon. But this is fine. As long as we keep the Grace alive, we should be okay. Okay, and Grace now has 7 extra attacks, so we'll just summon another range hero. And there we go. So that was Boffadeez. Ooh, we got some new epics of the Sly the Forest Guard. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going. Okay, we're facing a King of the North again. We're going to be seeing King of the North during this time because of the... I forgot which event center event it is, but it's the one that you'll need to get King of the North wins in order to get gems. So we'll probably actually end up having easier times during this whole Dark Tower run this week. So we got this Bone Warrior over here. We have some attack steal. That is fine. We'll go with the hero with the high health over here on D3. Okay, we have this Dark Knight here with some mental shield to the Warlord and also healing the Warlord when attacked. We'll actually go with another hero with high health. Let's see. No, we'll go with a range hero instead. Yeah! We do have a little bit of protection, and we do want to take advantage of the Soulbinders in the next couple of turns. Okay, I do know that we have this Tengu over here, which gives negative attack of our heroes to 1 for a turn. We'll go with the damage skill actually to clear this out, and then we'll also follow up with... We'll go with this Alexandria over here on E1. Alright, we cleared out those heroes, so that is good. We want the Alexandria so we can gain some health because of the Life Palace, and then also remove negative effects later. Okay, and we have this Toothy Thuggy here with some spikes. And then we have some damage on our building here at the end of the turn. 60, not quite enough to actually destroy. Oh, we have Vampirism here. Yeah, that'll help. So the Vampirism plus the extra damage here will destroy that hero. Okay, we have this piece of ice here, freezing our Alexandria. Don't want to do our Soulbinders quite yet, as we are kind of far away from lethal, but I do want to protect our Life Palace, so we'll go with this melee hero on B3. This Wonder Girl has some mental shield, and we'll get a little bit of protection in the line. Okay, we have this Koshi over here, giving negative attack to our heroes for the turn. Do you know that we can get an attack boost here for the summon, just seeing what the math is. So plus 58 off of that, so that'll be 220. Then that'll be 117. Oh yeah, that should be enough. So this hero has extra attack when he comes into play, and then we'll also get additional extra attack once a Chaos hero comes into play. Okay, at this point now, we don't have any ranged heroes. I do want to take advantage of our Soulbinders now, even though there is one less because of the melee heroes here. And actually, these Soulbinders do count as Chaos heroes, so that goes for an extra attack. We'll do a shuffle. Hopefully you can find a Chaos ranged hero, which we don't. We'll do one more shuffle, and hopefully that'll be the case. Nope, we do not. Oh, we know we do have a couple of ranged heroes. Could have actually summoned just a Chaos hero, and that would have cleared it out, but this is fine. We'll go for the damage this way. Okay, we dealt a lot of damage now because of the Soulbinders clearing out those melee heroes. Okay, we have this Dormant Grand freezing our heroes, but we do have attackers on the open lane. And there we go, so that was Titan. Yeah, we could have gone for lethal the turn before if we actually summoned another Chaos hero, just for the extra attack. But yeah, this works out too. I forgot because of the other ranged hero triggering off the Soulbinder. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going. Yay, it's Drogon Ogre. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with thinking what's going to make the most sense here. Oh, you know what? This will deal damage to heroes in the line. That'll help us out a little bit. So it looks like I think our Chaos melee heroes will have Vampirism. So that's going to help us out a lot. Yep, all of them look to appear to have Vampirism. Okay, we have this Wing Protector, had the Mental Shield in the flight, but our Spikes skill here to actually deal the damage. We'll go with this melee hero here on C3. Beholder will summon a damage pentagram when we destroy an enemy. Okay, not quite enough yet. Let's see. Okay, we have this Champion of the Arena. This has extra attack and will also kill and get an extra attack. Go with, you know, we're going to go with this Ghosta over here on C1 with some protection behind the Beholder. We did force a silence, which is actually why I summoned the Ghosta, so that they'd have to get rid of this this damage skill. That is fine. We have this Discordia over here, giving extra attack to 2 random enemies. Also, let's see, deals damage to our melee heroes when it dies. We'll go with the damage skill. Then I do want to deal some damage over to this hero. See on the block. Both that are range heroes, so that way we don't end up taking the additional damage. Okay, and a little, not quite enough damage in order to clear this out. And oh, we did take damage there from the Moth. This hero will actually be destroyed by the damage skill because it's still marked with that skill. So we'll just go with, let's see. No, we're just going to go with this flight hero over here on C1 just to block. Okay, we forced the stones, and those stones actually got in the way of this Moth, so now it won't be able to attack. We have this Mummy here, which does some poison. Okay, we'll go with the Soulbinders now. Then we'll continue with this range hero over here on A1. Okay, we clear out the stones and then also the ranged heroes. Okay, our Frost that we summoned last turn will be able to set a random enemy health to 1 once we summon an Order hero. So we can do that. We'll go with this, we'll go with the Caesar's Head over here on D2. Whoa! And the reason we summon the Caesar's Head is because when we destroy an enemy, we'll be able to get Mental Shield to one of our heroes. In this case, we had it on the Soulbinder. At this point now, I do want to protect this. Let's go with the Old God here on E3. This Old God here has immunity, and then also has the ability to freeze ranged heroes once he's attacked. Okay, we'll go with another ranged hero off against the Toxic Mantis. He did apply Toxin to all of our heroes, but the Toxin doesn't affect our immune hero over here. Okay, we got this Imago. When she dies, we'll summon Moths. We'll go with this ranged hero over here on A2. That'll summon another ranged hero. And as you can see, as we are destroying more heroes, we are getting more mental shields. Okay, we have the Shadow Manipulator over here, summon some puppets whenever we summon an older hero. We'll go with this TNT on D1 because we'll be able to get some damage runes at the end of the turn. So we can start flooding their board. Whoa! As you can see, the Yorick here with the Reborn, the damage, and then freeze happening off of the Old God. So go with the melee hero over here. Whoa! Both Soul Binders triggering off against the Reborn. As you can see now, even our Caesar's head has Mental Shield, so we now have further protection that way. We'll just go with the range hero over here, and we should have enough for lethal once the Morgoth damage comes in. Or the damage right here. So there we go. Hey, you got some Old God too, cool. Okay, yeah, let's keep going. Okay, another Drogon Ogre. Okay, so let's see. I do want to start with this hero with the high health, so let's go over here on D3. This Grimworn, when he's attacked, will summon an extra attack rune, and then we'll also be able to summon a Tombstone. So here's that extra attack rune, and here's the Tombstone. We have the Fierce Rock Shesh here, with a health boost for every wounded. Okay, an attack boost over there. I guess this hero with high health isn't too bad. Summon it over here on A3 just to protect this extra attack rune. Okay, as you can see, also whenever we are attacked, we'll deal some damage to some random enemies. In this case now, let's see. I do want to trigger off that silence. I do actually want to wait for that extra attack rune when we have our Soul Binders to take care of that. So let's actually go with this melee hero here on D3. This Kelhorn will be able to give us some bleeding to the enemies. Okay, oh yeah, they remove the negative effects off of the Alexandria here. Okay, so nothing quite yet. Do want to clear this out before this gets any more dangerous, so we'll do with the damage skill. And then we will summon a range hero over here on D1 to take advantage of the attack rune. Okay, we have this Child of Chaos here, summons a tree in front of themselves, but we have the Life Palace in front, so that's why it's not happening. We'll go with, let's see. We'll go with this range hero over here on C1. When this hero dies, we'll give extra attack to one of our heroes. Okay, let's see. Oh, we'll summon the... Okay, let's see. We have the Voltage Tower here dealing damage to our Warlord at the end. We'll go with the My-10 here on A3. We'll be able to deal damage to all the heroes because of the damage to the Warlord. Okay, we have some poison happening to our ranged heroes because of the Anak. Also blocking our My-10 as well. Not quite enough to clear out anything. We'll go with that. Nope, we'll just go with this melee hero over here on D3. I am really trying to trigger the silence skill, so that way we can then not only have to deal with the Soul Binders. Or not the Soul Binders, but the stones, rather. So let's see, we got the Wudan here with the Mushu. The Mushu deals some random damage there. Go with the... we can actually force... Okay. We probably will be able to force silence now. But we'll take a little bit of reflect damage because of the Wudan with the Mushu. We force a silence now because I guess they wanted to silence our own silence hero over here. Okay, it looks like they're just going to be stacking all their heroes on the line. Not going to see the stones for a little bit, actually. We'll give it one more turn. So we'll go with the range hero over here on D1. Try to deal some damage this way. Okay, we did force the stone, so that's good. Okay, and we also forced another range hero to destroy something, so that way we'll have some more space for Soul Binders. We have the Mr. Boom here dealing some random damage. We will summon our Soulbinders now. And then we'll do a shuffle to take advantage of the extra attack rune to also trigger off the Soulbinders. In this case, let's go with... No, this hero gets an attack boost for every one of our heroes. So yeah, let's take advantage of that. Okay, we did clear out the other heroes with our other ranged heroes. Okay, one of our Soulbinders is gone because of the Churnmore have the extra attack. We'll go with this ranged hero over here on A2 to protect. This Tortoise here has flight and also has some high health, and we'll also get extra attack or an attack boost once one of our heroes are destroyed. Okay, we have the Mr. Flap here saying the health of our heroes to 1 once they attack. That is okay. We'll go with this range hero over here on D1. And this range hero has a skill to heal one of our wounded heroes to the max once another one is destroyed. Okay, we have the Snowman here with Pierce, actually got rid of both of our heroes, and that is okay. We'll go with melee hero, thinking about this. Yeah, we'll go with this range hero over here on D2. We do want to summon more range heroes if possible to take advantage of the Soulbinder here that can still deal damage. And see now they are trying to destroy our Soulbinder. So we got the Satyr here. When he dies, he will give health back to the Warlord. Go with the Aphrodite here to destroy the Satyr. You can also deal some damage at the end of the turn because of the damage skill here. Okay, let's see. We got this Griffius here with some flight. Go with this range hero to clear this out. And we should have lethal now because of the Aphrodite and the Morgoth damage. So yeah, so there we go. So that was Rarms. Okay, yeah, let's keep going. Okay, looks like they are going first this time. They have this Windsong here with evasion, also deals damage to heroes in the line once we destroy an enemy. I do want to take advantage of, let's see, the King of the North here will have this damage skill. I think it's going to stick around. Yeah, we'll go with this range hero with the high health instead. That way it can still survive the damage skill. I was thinking about summoning the Shadow Manipulator to get some puppets once they summon an order hero, but it might not stick around because of the low health. Okay, so we got the Mr. Boom, got some random damage. Let's see here, we'll go with this range hero over here on D1. This Curse Shaman gets a totem, and that totem will get spikes. Okay, we have the Grandma here with some flight, extra copies as well, and the attack boost. We'll do our damage skill, and then we'll also follow up with, let's see. No, we'll go over here on D3, just to give our range hero some protection. We're summoning the Yoster as well, so we can start dealing some damage. As you can see at the beginning of the turn. Okay, we have this Demon Huntress, which dealt damage to one of our Chaos heroes, which in this case was the Lord of the Undead over here. We're going to summon this melee hero over here on A3 because she has Mental Shield, and also she's a female, so because of that, we'll be able to get more health boosts, and then also be able to deal more damage. Okay, we'll go with... we're going to go strictly for... we'll go with another range hero over here on A1, just for protection. Oof, okay. We had our heroes transform because of the Madam Agony, transforming our wounded heroes. We'll go with... let's see... guess we'll go with the Soulbinders now. And then we'll go with this range hero over here on B1. Okay, at this point we should have lethal because of the Morgoth damage, but we'll just summon this range hero over here on B1. And there we go. We didn't even have to use the Soulbinders. It was just more for protection at that point. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going. Okay, a Drogon Ogre once again. Okay, we have this Living Dead here with health boost to Chaos allies, also gives an attack boost to zombies, which we don't see. We'll go with this range hero over here on... What's going to make the most sense? Yeah, we'll go over here on D1. Not really too concerned about this building, although it could give protection over to a range hero. Okay, we have this Archwitch here giving some vampirism. We have... Let's go with this range hero over here on C2. This Justice Inquisitor will give Mist to 2 Chaos heroes, or Chaos enemies for a turn, which in this case are these two here. Okay, we have the Grandma with some copies again. We're going to go with the damage skill just because we are getting a little overwhelmed on the board. And then I do want to force a silence if possible. Let's see. We'll go with this. We'll go with this melee hero over here on, because these are going to be destroyed. Those are going to be destroyed. Actually, this is not bad. We can protect our range hero over here. We'll go with the Kabas here with the high health and also the block to our warlord. Yeah, we did force the silence, but we do have decent stats over here. We have the Wonder Girl with the mental shield. Not too concerned about her right now. We'll go with both this range hero over here on B1. Okay, this Alchemist here heals our Chaos allies, also does some poison. Another Wonder Girl, surprising. Okay, we'll summon another range hero over here on C1. Break the shields and then get through the Wonder Girl. Okay, we force the stones, that's good. Okay, we have the Yuri here with some damage runes once she kills something. Let's see. No range heroes this time. We do want to get rid of the Yuri as soon as possible. That over there. Well, it's not bad. I do want to... let's see. I do want to get rid of these damage runes that are happening. Oops. That's okay. we summon the all Princess Anne's here to give negative attack to the heroes once he dies, and then also can give miss. At this point now, with the Keeper of the Storm here, giving mental shield to a random enemy, we'll go with the Soulbinders. And then we will go with... Yeah, you know what? We'll go with this range hero over here behind the Luck Idol. Okay, you can see the the Leaf Child here, just doing some random heal. Okay, it was destroyed now, and that is okay. We have the High Tinker here dealing some extra damage to our nature heroes, also summoning the xlTitanlx and deal some damage whenever a hero is destroyed. We'll go with this range hero over here on C1. Has some extra adjacent damage, and then also the damage runes at the end of the turn. Okay, I do want to get rid of these damage runes on our side if possible. But we can still summon, so let's go with that. We'll go with this range hero over here on D2. This Terror of the Jungle here will summon a mushroom. I didn't see what that mushroom does, but that is okay. Okay, this Luck Idol over here. I guess they just summoned it in order to block, and that is okay. We'll go with this range hero over here on C2. This Ogre Plant will summon a plant, and that plant, when summoned, will actually land on one of these damage runes. Okay, at this point now, we have the Dead Lord here with some extra zombies, and then also the Transform skill. Let's see here. And this is fine. We'll actually go with this melee hero over here on C3. This Aravata will be able to heal our Warlord when they're attacked, and then also will be able to heal adjacent allies. Actually helps our Soulbinders over here, so that's good. Okay, let's see. I'll just summon this range hero over here on A2. And as mentioned, we do want to clear out those damage runes made by the Yuri. And at this point, we can actually summon a melee hero over here and not take damage. So in this case, we'll summon another range hero.
Whoa!
Okay, we cleared out another damage room, so that's good. As you can see, the board is starting to get pretty filled with the damage runes happening from the TNT. Okay, at this point, we have the Goliath here with some attack steal. We'll get around that by summoning the, we'll summon the Madam Agony to transform the wounded heroes. And there we go, so that was Branislav. Ooh, got some Undine, very nice. Okay, yeah, let's keep going. Okay, another Drogon Ogre. As you can see, it is becoming very, very repetitive at that point. Okay, we have the Warden of the North here with some, let's see, attack steal, and then also freezing one of our heroes once attack steal happens. We'll go with the melee hero with high health on D3.
Yeah!
Okay, we have this Bloodlord here with some vampirism and attack steal. We'll go with this melee hero over here on B3. This Ice Claw will freeze one of the enemies at the end of the turn. Okay, we have the Storm Rage here with some extra damage. We'll go with the damage skill now because we're a little behind on the board. Then we'll also go with this Floss here on A2 so we can get some summons. Okay, we destroyed the Storm Rage, and the Death Trigger did deal damage to heroes in the line. Okay, we have this Mummy here with some poison. We're going to summon this Drow over here on... Yeah, we'll summon this Drow over here on C1. Deal some damage to a wounded enemy, which in this case was the Vampire. Okay, we have this Panda Warrior with some health boosts, and then also spikes. We'll go with this melee hero over here on D3. And then he has some vampirism, and that's good. And then also the extra attack. Okay, we have the Koshi over here giving negative attack to our heroes for a turn. We're going to take advantage of the Soulbinders now. Then also, let's see here. Let's go with the... we can deal some damage with our Undine, so that would be good. Okay, we actually got rid of the Koshi, so that was even better. Okay, we have this Killer Serpent, which, let's see, has some attack steal from our ranged heroes. Our Undine actually cleanses our nature heroes at the beginning of the turn, and those heroes with 0 attack actually have attack back, so we can start attacking with them. We'll use our ranged heroes now to start clearing out some of those stones. And at this point, we do want to keep the Undine alive. Okay, and see some more cleanse. We can summon some more... Oh, you know, we don't even have to do that. Let's see. We'll go with our... Villanelle Genius here on D2. We'll be able to give some health boost to our heroes around once we attack the Warlord, and then we'll also get a health boost at the beginning of the turn. Or at the end of the turn, rather. Okay, you got the Muddy Trog here with some Toxin. We'll go with this melee hero over here on D3. This Trident Master will cleanse the adjacent allies, which in this case is the Villanelle. Okay, as you can see, we're back to full health. The Undine here has a lot of health. We do only have one Soulbinder left, but that should be okay. We'll summon another nature hero, so that way it can also combo with the Undine's cleanse.
Yeah!
And at this point, we will have lethal because of the multiple lanes open. We'll just skip the turn and get around the Eric the Grey here. And there we go. So that was Streak. Okay, we're running a little over on time, but yeah, we got one more battle here. So yeah, let's see if we can finish it off now. And it's another Drogon Ogre. Lovely. Okay.
Whoa!
Okay, so we got this Embalm Priest. When he dies, he will poison our heroes. Also has some poison over here. We'll go with, let's see. No, we'll go with this. We'll go with our melee hero over here on D3, just to deal some damage over to the heroes. Also get rid of the building here.
Yeah.
Okay, we have this Bone Warrior here with some Vampirism and Attack Steal. Let's see, we'll go with this range hero over here on E1. The Justice Inquisitor will give Mist to 2 of the Chaos Heroes for a turn. Okay, we have the Blair here, which will give Mental Shield to heroes in the row. When the Mental Shield breaks, we'll actually see damage happen to our heroes. I'm actually going to go with our damage skill now to get rid of these heroes for the next turn, and then I'm also going to continue with the, let's see. Oh, this is going to be weird because this will still be around. Yeah, no, this should be okay. Yeah, we'll go with the Mr. Flap over here on A3, just because of the immunity. Okay, we had our damage skill, that is okay. Vampirism over there. This will be fine. We'll go with the Butcher here on D2. We'll set the health of one of the enemies to 1, which in this case is just this flight hero. Okay, at this point now, we have the stones. We haven't drawn out the stones yet, and we do have this Woodland Hermit that we have to deal with. It'll be okay. Thinking if this is going to be a problem. Yeah, we'll go with the Soul Binders now. And then we'll also go with the range hero over here on D1 behind the Mr. Flap. The hero here doesn't get an attack boost because we don't have any nature heroes, but that is okay. Okay, we have the Life Palace here, giving some mental shields at the end of the turn. We'll go with the Mother Owl over here on A2 behind the Mr. Flap. Okay, we cleared out the stones. And see the Mr. Flap doing its thing. The Mother Owl will give negative attack to the enemies at the end of the turn, also give an attack boost to our heroes whenever we summon, and then also we'll get an owl at the beginning of the turn. Go with a range hero over here on E1.
Whoa!
Okay, some more damage over there. We'll continue with the Yoster here on B1 on the open lanes. And it'll also combo with the female heroes, which are the owls. Deal some additional damage. And there you go. So that was Svex. Ooh, we got some more Fury. Great. Okay, well, that was the Dark Tower run for this week. As you can see, Morgoth really getting it done. After, just one loss, we got a full streak. So yeah, so we will see you guys later. This is Happy Splasher, signing off.